napakadaming investments na available ngayon. Ang problema, sa dami ng options natin, hindi natin alam kung paano i-narrow down and mahanap yung best one for you. So sagutin natin yan in this video. Investment. The word investment comes from the word vest, which means to clothe yourself with. So by definition, yung investment, it's a very personal decision that you have to make. Kasi para siyang damit, di ba? Pipiliin mo yung damit na swak sa style mo, swak sa size mo, and pipiliin mo yung damit na bagay sa occasion kung bakit mo siya sinusuot. Now, to know which investment will suit you the best, you first have to know why you're investing in the first place. So, are you saving up and investing for your tuition of your child? Are you gonna invest because you want to afford that dream house, that dream car? Or maybe you're more interested in actively trading because you want to beat the markets. Dito naman sa Pilipinas, pag sinabing investor, usually yung pumapasok sa utak natin is crypto or stocks. In reality, only 1 to 4% of our population sa Pilipinas yung nagdadouble in this kind of high-risk trading environment. So, in your case, you probably have your own stable income from, let's say, your job, meron kang freelancing gig, meron kang business, but you also want to invest your hard-earned money into something that can passively earn instead of putting it in your average savings account. And if that's the case, ang next step mo ngayon is to know what kind of risk are you willing to tolerate. What is your risk profile? So ano nga ba yung risk? Risk is basically the chance of bad things happening. So when it comes to investments, there is always a chance for you to lose a certain amount of money. And this is important because usually ayaw pag-usapan to ng tao because people tend to focus on the positive things, yung earning potential, yung income. But in reality, when you're investing, kailangan mo i-take into consideration yung risk because totoo yung saying na the higher the risk, the higher the potential reward. If hindi mo pa alam ang risk profile mo, maraming risk profiling questionnaires ang available i-take online. Katulad nito. At meron ding risk profile questionnaire kapag nag-sign up ka sa ating Investa App. Sa akin, I got the moderate risk profile. Pero to really know what investments you should be looking into, you have to ask yourself these questions. How much money can you afford to lose in a given investment? Is it 1 to 5%? 5 to 10%? Is it 10% or more? Next, what is your time horizon? Are you in for the long term or are you looking for something more quick, more fast? And finally, ano ang objective mo? Is it to preserve your capital or is it to create another high income source? So if you want to risk more for more profits and have a shorter term horizon, you probably have an aggressive profile. Otherwise, mas conservative ka naman kapag mas long term ka mag-isip and if you want to prioritize safety over big gains. Asking this helps keep expectations in check because you can't expect a high income na low risk na super quick investment. So for example, here are some of the investments that you can look into if you're more of an aggressive investor. Meron din tayong mga more conservative ways of investing. And of course, meron tayong gitna or moderately risky. So just to share personally, naka-invest ako dito sa Phil Equity Alpha 1 Fund and nakalagay dito aggressive yung risk profile niya, which is okay for me kasi I'm relatively young. Diba? Bata pa naman ako, guys, and wala pa ako masyadong responsibilities. I don't have a business that I have to maintain, so I'm willing to take on more risk for the opportunity of possibly earning more. Kaya kung makikita mo dito, medyo erratic yung chart niya and parang sinusundan niya rin yung price movement ng ating stock market. So para sa akin, this is okay. If I'm looking for a more moderate naman and longer term bet, I think I'll be investing in the ALFM Peso Bond Fund. So isa to sa mga tinitignan ko rin na investments because if tingnan mo yung chart niya, medyo matagal na siya, one of the best performing mutual funds here in the Philippines. So alam mong stable siya, alam mong reliable siya kahit na ilang years mo siyang iwan dyan. So if you know your why, yung purpose mo kung bakit gusto mong mag-invest, alam mo na yung risk profile nyo, and gusto mong makita yung mga investments na pinakita ko sa inyo earlier, you can check out the Investa App here in the link in the description below. So marami pang options dyan, although yung mga pinakita ko kasi earlier, meron siyang minimum holding period na 90 days, meron siyang minimum investment of 1,000 pesos or 5,000 pesos. Dito makakita kayo ng mga different filters to filter it by your risk profile, kung aggressive ka, moderate, or conservative. Meron ditong mga curated list or categories na makakatulong sa inyo. So that's it for this video. I hope meron kayong natutunan, and if you want to have a deep dive into these funds para mas maintindihan natin, mas ma-analyze natin kung saan natin nilalagay yung pera natin, we can do that in the future. And simply subscribe and like this video if you learned something out of it. Maraming salamat mga ka-Investa. See you in the next one.